Welcome back to Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
Thanks for joining us. If you haven't listened before, hi. This is the podcast where Sarah and I listen to a song and then make an anime for it. What we've done today is listen to the song by Itsu titled Transceiver, and this is a suggestion from Stark. Thank you, Stark. So we listened to that song, and then we each wrote ideas for 5 minutes as if Transceiver were the theme song for our own individual animes. We come together, share them on the show, and then afterwards combine them into a mega anime, which is when we drop stuff or combine stuff.
Do some compromising.
That's the thing. It's all
a
about
great session of couples therapy.
shaking hands, naming names, all that good stuff. We also cast ourselves as little cameo spots because, you know, it's kind of like, it's very Hitchcockian, and it's like, oh, I have a cameo for 5 seconds.
Well, even Miyazaki allegedly draws himself into crowds or that, and apparently there's supposed to be a pig in each
film.
I've not spotted all the pigs.
He's possibly there. It's fun. It's a good thing for directors and stuff just to do it's a little flair.
It's our baby, and we want to be a part of it.
So yeah, we are going to make an anime. We technically make 3 animes in one episode.
Sometimes more.
Sometimes games.
Yeah, it really can span the gamut.
But yeah, again, this was by the band Itsu, titled Transceiver, from Stark. If you want to learn about suggesting songs like Stark did, we'll talk about that more at the end of the episode.
Spoiler, we have a form.
It's super easy. Stark does it all the time. But we really, really appreciate all of the stuff he provides.
Seriously.
I'll share my idea first for Itsu's Transceiver. Again, if you want to listen to the song now or listen to it later, we have linked it in the podcast description. Otherwise, don't listen to it and just kind of
do your thing.
You do you. We do, though, because it's kind of like, man, anime, what are the visuals to this? Yeah. It goes a step beyond that because it's a lot harder now to be like, what's an original idea? Do I have any thoughts left in my brain?
No promises that it's original.
It doesn't help that we can't go anywhere. Just saying.
We are reading and going places with our
minds. You got to expand your mind through other means.
Although, recently bought a box of cereal, and on the outside it says, if you need creative ideas, go for a walk. It helps boost creativity.
Wow, fuck you, cereal.
It was pretty good cereal, though, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, it has bad ideas. It needs to upgrade their branding. I'll share my idea.
You can take safe walks, but anyhow, that's beside the point. Tell me your idea.
Now. Who stole the cookies from the cookie jar?
Who, me? Couldn't be.
No, seriously, those cookies are very important to the survival of all human life.
Oh.
What if a magical cookie jar existed, and every time you took a cookie out and ate it, superpowers beyond your wildest imagination were bestowed upon you?
Okay.
Such is the case in this world where such a cookie jar exists.
Please tell me it's one of those novelty ones that's like when you open it, it starts playing a song.
Oh, totally, like a Pillsbury, like hoo-hoo or something like that.
There was this one, I remember seeing it as a child in a store. I really wanted it, but then I realized I would like alert everyone that I was stealing something out of said jar, which I'm sure is the point. But it was a dog wearing like a little police hat, and it would be like, "Wee, wee, bark, bark," like somebody's stealing a cookie or something.
I capped that dog, but
it was like Paw Patrol.
My
cuteness.
friend had one that was a cop with a hat, and when you opened it, it goes, "Stop! Put your hand away from the cookie jar."
I remember those. Is that still a thing? I feel like
it's totally a novelty thing. They can't not have those.
Well, why haven't I seen one?
Guess what, though? I fucking ate all the cookies anyways, so ACAB.
How many superpowers do you have currently?
0.
Ooh, but you ate all the cookies.
Yeah, well, I'm not in this magical world I've invented. Knowledge of the cookie jar's existence is the best kept secret. Only a few people, or maybe even one person, knows. What happens when you don't know how many cookies are left, or someone does find out about it and tries to steal it and use its immense power for their own nefarious deeds, instead of the needs of those in trouble?
Yes?
Is there a limit to the powers bestowed?
Oh,
Are
you're
there
not gonna
infinite
answer
cookies? Question mark, period, dot, dot, dot. And then I ran out of time.
You're not going to answer any of these.
And I would never dream of it.
Well, that is rubbing off on me. I've started ending mine in big questions.
I don't normally ask so many questions, but this was like such a nebulous sort of idea.
You started
to me.
with one. You had to end with a bunch.
I had a question with no answer right at the beginning, and just
I
kept it
answered
rolling.
you who me couldn't be.
And then you were like, bulking up!
Brah!
My superpowers
Our cookie
tell
power.
a different story. Yeah. It also kind of, I started writing the idea and I was like, oh, this is kind of like, spoilers, the Watchmen, like, egg thing.
Oh,
like-
that's a huge spoiler.
Yeah. I said spoilers.
I know, but like, I
didn't
think
say
it would
what
be
the egg thing is.
that big of a spoiler.
I didn't say what the egg thing was.
And he's referring to the HBO Watchmen. I know
Oh,
there's
yes,
lots
not
of them.
not the film, not the Snyder cut film.
Yeah, but there's not going to be a season 2 of the HBO, right?
Yeah, I think that's the one where all the writers were just like, fuck it, we made one of the best shows, we're done, we'll
So we're going to
move
have
on.
an Inception-esque ending with who knows what really happens.
Yeah, it's like Christy Nolan could make Inception 2, but what's the point?
Yeah.
Christo.
Yeah.
What's the point, Christo Nolo?
These are new nicknames that I have not heard of
Me and my
before.
bud Christy.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I
Christy
forgot y'all were
Nolo.
so tight.
Yeah. Christy Nolo sounds like a Star Wars name.
It does.
Christy Nolo.
Yeah, it really does.
Like Han Solo, Christy Nolo. Hang out.
Oh, they're like cousins.
Similar last names. It's like, you?
Me.
Nolo.
You.
But yeah, that's my idea. It's pretty cut and dry. Pretty simple.
I like it though.
Mr. Simple.
Mr. Simple. You and I went in a little different direction.
Cool.
I like your idea. I want to.
I think the
I want
song
to say
also
that.
gave me a sort of like My Hero Academia vibe in that sort of
I got
first theme
like
song.
major fantasy vibes.
Cool.
So
Let's hear it.
okay, and you'll probably guess what my source material is, but it took me a minute into writing to realize.
I can't wait.
Okay.
You've been reading fantasy, or
No.
this is just
No.
something before?
You'll see.
Okay.
Welcome to the kingdom. The angel arms are the kingdom's military force made of angels on Earth. It doesn't have to be Earth, but not in heaven, on this planet.
How will it be thy name?
Basically, all of the angel arms members had lives beforehand, of which they have no memory, but have since been saved, with a capital S, and now serve the kingdom. Our main character has been stripped of their wings, literally. Like they were ripped out of their backs.
Alicization.
In the aftermath, they are forced to confront both who they have been and who they are, and in doing so, discover the darkness from which the kingdom was born.
Dude, this is totally sword art. I'm sorry, you didn't watch this one.
I didn't.
No, so you don't know.
Ah, man.
Or you
Well,
absorbed it through osmosis, me watching
I
it.
only have one more question.
All right.
Can they do anything to actually save those in the kingdom?
So they're not in an MMO, like AI program, though.
No.
It's not sword art, then.
No, but can you guess what this came from? Where I realized I got my ideas?
Oh, like guardians and angels and stuff? Or
Yeah.
you're going
Handmaid's
Tale?
Mm-hmm. Just finished reading the second book, The Testaments. It was fine. I didn't like it as much as the first one. We needn't go into that. This isn't a book club. But it does exist, and apparently it was written because so many fans asked, how did it end? How did Gilead fall? So that's why Margaret Atwood wrote the second book.
Got it.
And I guess it was answered, but also I was like, okay.
Asked and answered.
Liked the first one better, but yes, that is where I realized my inspiration came from. Some
I
sort
see.
of ruling based on a twisted sense of Christianity. And
Sword art online.
is that a thing?
It was vaguely religious.
Ah, man.
Look, you didn't watch it.
I didn't.
It's no fault of your own that they're just like, Bible.
I had no idea. Well,
I saw some image that was just like rating the aspects of sword art, and it's like story, it's poopy, but it's like visuals and like sound effects. Fuck yeah.
I mean, we all watch anime for different reasons.
Yeah. Visual and sound effects, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well. I do like your idea. It's very cool.
Thank you.
It doesn't have anything to do with cookies, though, so...
No.
Might have
Or
to-
superpowers,
might have
although they are angels, so they have like
to me,
some
there's
strength.
some, sort of
I mean,
power
they
associated
literally,
with
in
that.
mine, they literally have wings.
Oh, like flying angel wings.
Yeah, like the flying monkeys. I also recently read that, so there you go.
The Bizzard.
The greatest bizard of ball. Wait a minute.
Business wizard is a Bizzard.
I see. Yes, of course. So anyhow,
Yes.
I've just bastardized all sorts of things.
I love it.
What else is new?
That's the show.
Yeah,
I bastardized Watchmen,
kind of.
maybe.
Yeah.
Spoilers? Big
gonna
spoiler.
Throw that in there. Yeah.
It's the one
You
season.
should have said that a lot louder.
Season finale. Yeah, go watch that show.
It's good.
It's really good. It took me 2 watches to be like, oh.
Well, you also watched the movie.
I didn't have the
between.
context. I watched the movie and read the graphic novel, and I was like, oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, huge recommendation. It should make it an anime.
Huh. Funny how that's something that you thought of.
How do you want to combine Cookie Jar superpowers with
Kingdom of...
Angels on High?
Yeah. Here is in the kingdom of heaven. Is that a thing? Is that like a thing?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know. If you say something stupid enough, it probably sounds like it's from the Bible.
I'll continue to use that voice then. Wonderful.
Kingdom.
The kingdom of heaven.
The kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, I mean, boiling mine down, I've got imagine this, corrupt ruling
Ruling
situation.
with people with amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
Amnesiac.
Yeah, and
thing.
I was imagining either they had been, like, bad people previously, like they were capable of killing, maybe they raided,
like
prisons.
gender traders and... What are the words they use?
No, I'm saying, like, actual murderers.
Oh, got it.
Like,
got it.
legit, they have...
Convicted murderers.
Yes, but they wipe their memories and give them some
Gender
sort of weapon.
traders and handmaids, I'm not... If you haven't watched the show or read... It's not in the book, is it?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's in the book.
I don't remember the term being in the book, at
I don't
least.
think so either.
Anyhow, we've done a deep dive into a bunch of little
Look
things.
at all this literary knowledge
Oi.
we're pulling on. Okay.
But, yeah, I've got corrupt ruling, some people that are now being, like, used in a way that they don't really consent to, but they've been brainwashed or whatever,
so
mind
they've been
wiped.
mind wiped to a blank state
And now they believe in what they're fighting for.
because they don't know anything else.
Yeah, basically.
So I feel like we did something similar where there was like a demon or death type character in the knowledge, those ghosts. I think there's a
Yeah.
Halloween thing.
Yeah.
It was the Taemin song where it starts with like
Aw.
murder and
Yeah.
screaming.
Aw, Tay-Man. It's been a while since I listened to him. I should go
So
back.
it's different, but there is a sort of gaining the memories that have been locked away unlocks the ability to rebel,
Yeah, and I was
or
thinking
the ability
it
to know that you should be
might
rebelling.
have something to do with the wings.
Okay,
So the wings are placed on all of the angel arms, as I called them,
got it.
and AKA guardians, AKA
And that's like
eyes.
the mental block.
I'm thinking it has something to do with it. Yeah. And
So,
when
do
they're
they
removed,
lose their wings?
the main character has them literally ripped from their back.
In what context do they have their wings removed?
Yeah,
Is it by somebody who wants to reveal their memories?
No, I was imagining it's a punishment of some kind. Either they didn't do something that they were supposed to do, like they were supposed to brutalize someone and they didn't, they disobeyed, or perhaps they were becoming friendly with like a normal citizen, and that's not allowed because that could, remove the brainwashing, mind-wiping control that they have over
Yeah.
people.
What if they're brutally ripped, but it's still like the stubs of them are in there, so it's not an immediate like all your memories are back. It's just that you having the wings somewhat severed in some way lets the ability for the memories to start coming, like trickling in.
I am going to go off that a little bit and say that if one of these angel arms have been disowned, they like chop them off, and so you have nubs, and everyone can see that you have just nubs. Like you're not as important to
but
have
you don't
the
have
full
your
wing.
memories back.
No. But they cut this person's a little bit too short, or something went wrong. They did it in a way so that the power of the wings, even though it's stubs, is weakening a little bit.
Got it.
They did something, or maybe, they had them cut off, and then they were doing some sort of like self-mutilation, is it flagellation? Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, like they were like, I'm a sinner.
Exactly. And in the
removes
process,
the rest of the
they
connection.
disrupt, and maybe they like hurt themselves really badly, but then all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute,
like
I'm
black
having
out
like
in
weird
pain.
dreams or something, and it starts to come back that way.
That's cool.
That's what I was picturing, though.
It's fucked up, but I like it.
Hey,
It's good.
That's what I'm here for.
Very good.
I have one or the other. It's either baked goods or like completely messed up.
What was that one movie?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Tom Hanks.
It's
the book series, Da Vinci Code.
Yep.
Why is that in that movie?
Because he's like a weird religious monk that likes to wear like chains around his thighs.
It's so weird, though. Like other.
Have you read the book? Was it in the book?
I think I started to, and I was like, "This sucks."
I don't think I read that. I don't think so.
I think I started to. I was like, "Oh, cool! He plays water polo.
10
What a
years
weird
ago.
sport!" And then, like, and then I was like, "Oh, I really cannot get into this." And I'm like, can't imagine Tom Hanks being the character that is described in the book.
Mr. Rogers. It's
So
a hard one.
I just stopped.
That's reasonable.
Stopped. So I watched the movie.
Yeah.
Like in theaters. I swear, I think I saw that one in theaters when it came out.
Whoa.
Like with my family or some shit.
Because it has Audrey Tautou. Wait, how do you say her last name? Amelie. Is that the one she's in?
Amelie?
Amelie?
Yeah, spoilers. I think, again, this movie came out a while ago. She's the Mary Magdalene, like, bloodline of Christ or whatever at the end.
I don't remember that, but that is that movie,
I think it's
right?
her. And
I'm not getting it confused with National Treasure.
She's not in that one.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I think.
I feel like she's a little bit more highbrow than a Nicolas Cage movie. I'm so sorry.
You never know. They could be cast
great
together.
debate whether...
Is that an easy thing to do? I feel like IMDb should make it easier to be like, has this actor been together with this actor in anything?
Have they started anything together? Google's actually pretty good about that.
Because I was trying to find out if like Robin Williams and some other actor had been in something together. It wasn't Will Smith because I was like, two genies. I couldn't remember though. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. See, look what we've created.
If Google's at it, it's fine.
Well, it's just like, they starred in it together. So if you like, I don't know, search Blake Lively and then it's like, people also search and you're like, what is this person?
It's basically like the 6
both
Degrees of
this.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Which I think is a website, but it's like a very rudimentary, like, gives you a list.
And it's
like,
for
I
Kevin.
don't really need to know that. Yeah.
Anyhow.
And it always goes back to Kevin Bacon, which is like, I don't need that connection.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yes, so we have... I'm trying to figure out if we just lose the cookie jar aspect of mine and have a sort of Pandora's box of power or something like that.
That actually okay. Let me just
hit me up. I'm just trying to see. Like, cookie jar is it's such like a naive, childish concept compared to your angel thing.
If the leader of the kingdom has a box of pedophores, magical, jeweled, magnificent treats of which they feast upon to keep the mind control going, to keep them in power, to keep, I don't know, but they have to like eat constantly, and then it would be, they would have to like eat so much they'd probably get quite large and like unhealthy and have like health problems because of it. And so then they're trying to like keep themselves alive but also keep power, and they have to like, isn't that a story about somebody like stuck their hand in a pickle jar and they couldn't get it out because they wouldn't let go of some of the pickles. I feel like that's something I learned.
That sounds like a Simpsons bit.
It kind of does, but I feel like that was something I learned in like elementary school. It was like a story.
I want the pickles though.
I was supposed to learn.
Get your hand out of the pickle jar. Oh, I want the pickles. It sounds like that, right?
It kind of does.
I kind of like that because then they would sort of have somebody who is the face of their power, who they like convey messages to, but they're like not revealing themselves to the public.
Well, maybe they used to.
Yeah.
But then they became so
It has to be like this
large,
sedentary sort of.
They can't move.
Yeah.
Maybe they have like, you know,
Jabba the Hutt-esque.
Yeah, they've got all the health problems. Like they've got sore joints.
But it's like they're also
like
sort of
bed sores.
They're
and
sort
stuff.
of immortal in some way, so
Well,
it is
the treats are keeping them alive.
Yeah.
But they're in agony because their body can't. It's just they're running on fumes, magical fumes.
Yeah. So it's like they're able to keep up this world order, but their life is suffering, and so
They have to weigh between.
but they're like a shitty person. So
Yes, they are.
I guess it's kind of okay to sort of have them be in a shitty situation because they're like bad.
Yeah, they are a bad
They've done
person.
like a Nazi sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
a world order dictatorship sort of thing. Yeah, so I'm cool with this
Did I make
person
this
being in
too
agony.
hard?
No, it's cool.
Okay.
This song's cool. Like, I feel like this song would be for like a semi-body horror, gory kind of
I
anime,
just got
right?
major fantasy vibes.
I gotcha.
For some reason, at the beginning, I got like this angelic thing, and it went from there. But I was
okay.
like, why have an angel when you can have a fallen angel?
Because her voice is cool.
Yeah. But it just, that's how I got mine.
I getcha.
Because it just sounded so fantasy.
And mine was, you know mine.
Yeah.
Boku
Yeah.
no Hero. I said
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm picturing the whole castle-y, kingdom-y throne room, like very rich jewel
Opulent.
tones and like a bunch of rings on these fat little stubby fingers as they grab greedily for these adorable, well, not adorable, but like gorgeous, beautiful, like gold flake little treats. And they could be cookies, they could be chocolates, they could be whatever, so long as it has some sort of magic baked into it.
Totally.
Which sounds weird, but maybe that was the goal, is the ruler was like, I have a sweet tooth. If I have to constantly consume this, I might as well enjoy it. Go make me the finest dessert. And now it's like backfiring on them.
Yeah.
But I'm picturing lots of jewel tones and like edible gold flakes and like very, very opulent.
Sort of the room in Spirited Away, the witches.
Yeah, I was picturing actually Howl's Moving Castle, Howl's
Or his room,
where it's just like
similar style.
caked in. His wasn't so opulent as much.
Well,
but
it's like a combination of those, where you have the kingdom style plus the like
and Ni no
wizardy
Kuni
style. Yeah,
let's just throw it all in there.
it's all Ghibli inspired,
Yeah.
if not directly a Ghibli movie.
What? What? No, he would never.
Yeah.
Oh, plus Howl turns into a bird. We can't have that.
No bird.
No, I'm just saying the whole wings thing. That's too close.
We're not doing the wings thing?
No, I'm just saying Ghibli can't help us.
Oh, no. Well, maybe. There's that short we haven't seen where it's just like all about some person with wings.
Oh.
It's like a music video, I think? Or it's like a short. I've never seen it.
I'm not even familiar with it at all.
I'll have to look it up after.
Yeah, okay, we have
I don't
homework
think
now.
it's available, though. Like, I don't know how to see it.
Gotcha. VPN?
Unless it's like, like illegally uploaded to YouTube or something.
Oh.
Or copyright striked or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Anyhow,
I'm liking this idea. It's actually very cool.
Okay, good.
I'm not, I don't know.
What are you missing?
I'm not opposed to it. I'm trying to figure out where the protagonist, I guess, is going.
From you or me?
Do they eat a treat and gain the power? Or what happens
could-
when someone else eats the treat? Is what I guess I'm trying to parse out.
Well, that's not supposed to happen, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But,
and you were saying, okay, if they're ordering the magic, is there a magic person making the treats? Because my thing was just cookie jar cookies exist.
It could be that then.
Magical Pandora box, the treats exist. They continuously pile up.
That could be then.
It's like you open the box, there's one in there.
Yeah, it doesn't
You close
have
the
to be
box,
made.
you open the box, there's one more in there. Something like that.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
Cut out the chef.
Yeah, I don't need You're over me, a wafer thin mint.
But maybe there is, Mr. Creosote. Maybe there is some sort of. My favorite tidbit about that is they were having a wedding in that hall the next day.
Oh God!
So someone got married with like minestrone soup.
It was minestrone and oatmeal, or just like it was just nasty. It was horrible.
I don't know. Anyhow, favorite tidbit though was someone got married there
That's so
the
funny.
next day.
But they're like, every time they smell it and take a big whiff, they're like, oh yeah, one of the best.
What a wonderful
bits
day!
of Monty Python.
So glad to have that part of my wedding.
Yeah.
But maybe there is a thing where in agreeing to take this box, I don't know, deal with the devil, we can figure that part out or not, they get to choose the delivery method. Because if they, again, if they have to consume it near constantly, maybe they say, well, I do have a sweet tooth. It'd be nice if it was always a sweet.
Yes.
And so each time they open the box, it's a different kind of confection.
I see. And they're like, the next person that gets it is like celery.
Damn, I want some celery. What would your force-fed magical food option be? Or it could be drink if you just want to do like shots of whiskey or something.
Yeah, just knock me out. That's such a great question. I feel like a pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah. Why not?
I'd want like those fresh rolls in like the salad, the rice paper with peanut sauce.
Yeah.
I think I could eat my weight in those on a
Yeah.
daily basis. Really, anything with peanut sauce, I'd be down.
Yeah.
If he can have different kinds of confections, I'll take different kinds of peanut sauce
Yeah.
dishes.
I think that's the thing is it's a part of what they are into the box is that it's always a different confection. And so they're like, ooh, delicious.
Wonderful.
Ooh, amaretto today. Nom, nom, nom,
Ooh.
nom. And yeah, so they do that and they get real big. Mm-hmm. But they also have world order by their magic decree.
But at some point, I'm thinking they probably have damaged their body enough that they're not able to maintain that order. Like they're
Okay.
starting to lose their faculties mentally. Like physically, they've been stuck because they can't move around. But mentally, they're starting to have issues as well. Their body just can't
Got
handle
it.
this much
Yeah.
power, this much weight, all of it. Maybe they don't even sleep. Maybe they just stay up all night eating.
So yeah, it must have been a sort of they were young in the peak condition of their lives, mentally and physically, and when they first started eating them, they were like, "This is great." They were able to make the like world sweeping
the
changes.
world order
Yeah.
was set.
And now that it's established, it sort of runs itself.
But
But the less that they have the power to actually enact change means that the more people are waking up to the injustice that
yeah.
we're like.
So now they
mind
have to
control
have,
over them.
as you said, like a new face. So we still have the person gobbling in the background.
Yep.
But now we have to have a new ruler, maybe a son or,
Yeah.
some sort of relation. I have a feeling it's a dude just because,
The way this is.
yeah, because I made it
The
terrible.
handmaidey, it's going.
What you gonna
Yeah.
do? Oh, wait, I came up with the idea. It's all my fault. But,
What you
a
gonna
new face
Who you gonna
is
call?
in order. And maybe they are seeing their superior kind of losing it, and they're like, well, maybe I'll take over.
And they have their own idea of
Yes, and it's
what is right, what is wrong.
it's bad. It's like worse somehow.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
well, it's
maybe-
like they grew up thinking that this way was the only way, and so they have the ruler's knowledge plus ingrained like this could be better, or
Yeah,
you
and
know.
maybe they're like, oh well, because I feel like if after so much time of people being treated poorly, like they're going to have issues. If they don't have access to health care or something,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're like, well, we should just get rid of all those people. They're dragging us down.
Yeah.
Like we could go really hard into the Nazism.
better doesn't mean better for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they maybe see, a new world order where everyone is healthy and able and
Because everyone
like-minded.
who isn't is dead.
They are not doing so hot, and they just want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Eradicate.
Okay.
Something
so then
worse. Something worse.
I get it. So then that gives way for the angel to regain their memories
Especially because if the person who's been gobbling is starting to lose it, maybe they're not gobbling as quickly. Maybe they're. Oh, I think that's what they're called in the Golden Compass. They're like the gobblers.
Gobblers? Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, look what I've done now.
Look what you've done.
Interesting.
I started that show and not the books.
I read the first book. I don't know if I'll go back for more.
Yeah.
I think I might have been too old, but also it was still kind of scary, even reading it as like a young adult.
I kind of want to watch the show.
Okay, well, I have all the books if you...
I watched like the first 3 episodes. I was
there.
like, okay. And then I think it was... I was trying to watch it while it was weekly, but now I'll probably just binge it.
Yeah, it's way easier.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it gives an opportunity for the person who lost their wings to be able to slip out of the mind control, monotony, blah, 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 realize how bad things are, and try and work against it. Hopefully there's some sort of resistance of either previous angel arms or just regular old citizens.
Cool. I like it. And they can still play the part because, they were brainwashed and they're getting their memories back, but they still have
They haven't forgotten what they were taught.
Exactly. They're not
previously.
brainwashed in a
It's not like a
way.
trance where you're just out of it and you're like, what happened?
Where am I? It's
Yeah.
1974.
Whoa.
Smoking weed with the Eagles. Nah, I don't know.
Cool. Back to the weed. Recurring.
I'm an angel again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that.
No, not quite. But I think that could kind of work. And then if we wanted, we could have the confection box be stolen. I wouldn't be surprised if the new kid was trying to like replicate the box so they could have double the power like right off the bat.
Yeah.
So they have their own box and then...
I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't want to share.
No, I mean they would have both. So they would have like
they'd think,
double the
double
amount
power.
coming
But
into them.
It's like infinite power. So if they're just not getting it, I don't know.
Well, that's because the gobbler's gobbling.
But maybe they get one. One bounces off, ding, 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 and they eat one, and they're like, infinite power, I must have more.
Not sure. Or
I think the easiest thing is
they're against it entirely because they've seen what it did to them. Oh, that could be good. They made a fake box to replace the real one, and then they want to destroy the real one and just have the original ruler just kind of like die out.
It still takes the treat. It still makes infinite treats, but they are not imbued with the magical.
No, they could be poisoned or something
world.
even.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And
I
they're
like
like,
that better.
Look at this ruin that your gluttony has brought you.
Yeah.
That's one of the sins. Hey,
We got there.
Nailed it. And
You will face my wrath.
ho ho ho! Don't be envious.
I'm going to bed.
Okay,
I'm a sloth.
cool. I don't adultery. I don't remember.
I couldn't name all 7. I'll tell you that much.
And we watched the 7 Deadly
Pride.
Sins anime. Oh well, there's definitely that going around.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I think that could all work.
Leonidas?
Who was that one?
Or no, Leon. I don't remember his name. Leonis?
That sounds right.
I don't know.
I liked that show.
That was a good show.
Anyhow.
And then it had that weird
I was gonna
we've talked
say,
about it. I feel
yeah.
like this was a year ago.
It probably was.
We talked about the second
like,
season.
well,
We're like,
what happened?
Why was this a mid-season season? And then
Doesn't
third
make
season was
sense.
like, show's back. And we're like, oh.
Cool. All right, so just forget what happened.
Season 2 was so wild. Every
was-
episode was filler. And then
At the very end.
post-credits were like, oh, here's the plot.
By the way, this is happening.
How is that possible?
Fan service.
It was fan service, but
An
it must
entire
have been in the
season.
manga. Like, the important stuff must have been longer.
Yeah.
And then, because it's like, I don't know.
I don't either.
It's wild.
It is.
I don't read manga,
I
Or
haven't
comics,
in a
or-
long time.
but
I
if you
had
do it.
Tokyo Mew Mew, I think.
The manga?
I think so.
Yo.
I think
That's old
so.
school.
I think
I
that's
love
like
it.
the only one I actually like had.
That's cool.
And I think it was like a maid cafe cat girl situation.
I think it's an anime. I think it got an adaptation.
We must search. We must seek this out. I need to see it.
I
Because
guarantee you, I'm
distinctly
pretty sure it did.
remember when she like had her first kiss, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" It was so cool.
That's so funny.
I didn't even watch. I didn't even know what anime was back then.
Look at how naive you were.
Yeah.
But you grew up with Ghibli movies.
I did, but I didn't think of it as anime.
Even though it is.
It was just a movie, a
I know.
really good movie.
Uh,
Anyhow, we're off track.
That's a good way to think about it, though. Just a good-ass movie.
Yeah, I mean, no need to stick it in a genre
Yeah.
that is so limiting, even though, like, anime is not really a genre. Just like K-pop's not really a genre. Like, just because it's Korean doesn't mean it's all
Well,
the
what's
same.
cool, actually, I was looking, kind of not for any reason in particular, but Wikipedia even breaks down K-pop groups into like electropop and
See,
like other
that's-
stuff like that.
yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And there is overlap in which like Day 6 showed up on like
Well, Day 6
like
could...
so many. They were on like band pop,
They could just...
electropop. It was kind of funny.
Speaking of taking over the world, Day 6, go for it.
Yeah, fuck me up, fam.
I'm in. I'm here for this ride.
But yeah, it was cool to see that because
That
it's
is
like
cool.
you can individually acknowledge that the one word does not encapsulate the entirety of it.
Just like anime.
But if you're on the outside looking in, K-pop is all this one thing. Anime is all this one porn, you know, basically. Like
Yes, hentai or die.
that's what you're looking at.
Yeah.
But as soon as you scratch the surface even, you're like, oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, there's diversity? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
Anyhow.
any genre. But it's not a genre. It's a medium.
Yes, it is.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, sorry.
We have an anime. I'm
Do
pretty
we?
sure we pretty much have it, right?
Are you kind of good with what? I feel like really dominated this
I don't
app.
give a shit. We got the box with the sweets in there.
I can't think of the merch. We could sell boxes full
Totally.
of candies.
Charms
Yeah.
for each individual like special
Ooh,
thing.
I want a charm bracelet of that.
Yeah, that'd be cool, right?
Yes. With all the cute little tasty treats.
Oh, let's do it. Redbubble
Hey,
doesn't have
didn't
charm
I
bracelets.
say just like a minute ago that I'm either like baked goods or like horror dystopian
This
stuff?
is kind of both.
This is both. This is me in an anime. Oh, goody.
Took 160 episodes, but we're here.
We are.
I like it though.
You're good with they fall out of the whole mind control thing. They try and rebel against it.
Yep.
They find out what the new guy's trying to do with like replicating the box in order to kill
Yeah.
OG Gobbler.
So it basically starts you at the point where one, if not a mass amount of people, are starting to lose the mind control aspect.
Yeah.
And so
And so they need to tighten up, and maybe they end up like hurting a lot of people.
the
or
show
shipping
follows
them
the
away.
new order trying to be established by the new guy and switching the box and the
but
decline
while
of the old
still
ruler.
keeping up that the old way is what we're doing, but like
Yeah.
sneakily
Oh,
the
this
new
is
guy's
horrifying.
like going in and changing things.
New Hitler is horrifying.
Yeah.
Remember Hitler 2.0?
Ta-da.
So it's scary, but then you also have the flashbacks of the way things were before.
How it was started.
And then the way things were before that.
Before, where things were much more like what we have now.
Yeah.
Where and
People
pre
made their own decisions. Yeah, like that's pretty good. I feel like that's the whole show.
That's why I was really proud of my thing. They are forced to confront both who they have been and who they are.
Yeah.
I was proud of that.
And that's the thing is who they have been and then
is
who they
like
have
two
become
different people.
are two completely different
Because they
people
have two different like timelines, basically.
mass world mental trauma essentially has happened and
We need
mind
Seki
wipes
Ray.
or yeah. What?
That's not who I wanted.
The big titted anime
No.
girls?
No,
From
pink-haired,
Seki Ray?
pink-haired friend,
What are you talking
Psychic,
about? Oh, Psyche.
Psyche K. Oh my gosh, Psyche
Seki
K and
Ray.
Seki Ray.
The big titty bimbo show?
So sorry, wrong one. He dealt with worldwide trauma. We need him.
He did.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in there.
Maybe
There's
we
one-
just see like it's like a Where's Waldo. You just see like a pink hair person in the
Yeah,
background,
that'd be funny.
but not too close because we don't want to get in trouble.
No. You can have somebody with pink hair in an anime.
And maybe
it's not
just a little
Psyche.
like hat on so you don't see what's sticking out of their head.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Anyhow, sorry, not Seki Ray.
Yeah, and maybe he's shapeshifted into a different form
Yeah.
with pink hair, but
Like a cow, like a strawberry milk cow.
yeah, he just goes.
Because that's how that works.
Psyche cameo, why not?
We could do anything
I'm down
we
though.
want.
I like this. I like this idea a lot.
Yeah?
Do you want to think of a title?
I want to iron out one more thing.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. So the main character is going to, like, to save the box. Are we going to redeem the OG Gobbler? Are we going
OG Gobbler
to...
is
Also terrible?
also terrible.
Okay, not good
No
enough.
redemption arc for either Hitler.
What about, back to Howl's Moving Castle, the lady, I don't remember her name, who used magic to, like, stay young, and she was reduced into, like, literally a puddle of an old woman, and she was, like, kind at the end? Like, she was sort of redeemed. Are we doing that?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just an absolute dissolution of this
So
regime.
Gobbler's going to die as soon as the magic stops. We can't stop that. They have taxed their gobbling body much too much.
Yeah.
And then we have the new ruler who is killed once they learn, or like imprisoned,
I think
or like what's? Because I want it to end happily.
Yes,
So
but
how
I
do we
think
get
there's
there?
a point in the show. Ooh, see, that's how you do like a cool season closer. Is the revolution is starting.
Okay.
You have the protagonist and their group of protagonist friends storming the castle.
Okay.
The new person has not eaten from the box
No,
yet.
because they don't plan to, but maybe they do out of desperation.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh hell yeah!
So they don't plan to. They think it is not the right way to do it.
They've
but
seen what
because their new regime is failing and the mind control is the only thing keeping this oppression up, everyone storms the castle. They're about to storm the room, and then suddenly, like, the season ends, or not the season ends, but
we
it like
cut to the new ruler.
cut to credits. And the post credits is the new ruler
Opening the box.
having eaten it already, and the mind control has already happened, and everyone's just kind of like settling the storm.
Oh.
And so season 2 is like sort of a rehash of season 1 where they're trying to do it again, but it's, I don't know, something like that.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
There you go.
All right. I'm thank you. I wanted to iron that out.
Yeah. But you have the huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if we don't get a second season, still a great ending.
Yeah.
A la Watchmen HBO. Okay, it all comes around again.
It's a circle. Time's a circle.
Woo! Okay.
Let's think of title words. It would be sweet word.
Oh, definitely.
And like a confection word and
Mind control? Is that too similar?
regime word, like
Ooh,
a
yeah.
ruler word.
Yeah, a kingdom.
Cool. All right, you want to do a confection word first or a kingdom word first?
I'll start with the kingdom.
I'll do a confection word. 3, 2, 1, box.
Control.
Control box.
Control box. Beep.
Switcheroo. 3, 2, 1, rule.
Treat. Which made me think of treat others as you want to be treated.
Oh, I see. Spooky.
Is that the golden rule? Is that
Ominous.
what it's called?
Yes.
That's not a Jesus thing, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Hey, that's on brand then.
It's a Bible-y.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I liked the double meaning of treat, though. How you treat others and it being a treat to eat.
Yeah. Something about commandments or something. Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. This is such a like weirdly depressing show.
And yet
it's centered
let them
around
eat cake.
it's centered around a sweet treat and delivery system of said treat.
What about like king's cake? Because that's like a thing. And then if you get the little baby or the bean or whatever they bake into it, you're the ruler for the
Right,
day.
The king's cup.
And that's very different. But
I'd say it's pretty similar.
no. It's just an idea.
Yeah. Let them eat cake.
Let them eat king's cake now.
Treat others. Yeah.
Okay, what about like, I don't know, heavenly confection or like heavenly good, heavenly control. No,
Heavenly sweet.
heavenly sweet.
Oh, it's spooky.
It's really spooky.
Heavenly sweets. Heavenly sweet. Heavenly. Heavenly is very good.
I like
it
that.
has that sort of like dessert,
Yes,
like
it
a way
sounds like it's
people
honey.
describe desserts. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but it's so creepy.
So what? Do you think we should do a sweets word with it?
Maybe, possibly, yeah.
Maybe instead of a sweet, just like the heavenly king.
The Heavenly King. Mm-hmm. I like that. Heavenly, I feel like encapsulates what sweet would
Yeah. The other
be.
the only other thing I can think of is divine.
The Divine King.
But that
Eh.
Heavenly.
Heavenly to me, if you think about it, immediately you're like, oh, this chocolate cake is heavenly.
Like you could say like, oh, it's just divine.
I think
But that's
more often than not, when you're going over the top, you'd describe it as heavenly rather than divine.
oh, absolutely, and it just works better.
And so I think it's a subtle double entendre, but it's also it works for me. I like it a lot.
You like the heavenly
The
king?
Heavenly King is like spooky, creepy, right?
Yeah.
But like it has that heavenly like positivity to it. Mm-hmm. But once you watch the show, you're like, oh, okay, this fucked.
Oh, I see what's going on here. This is
Yeah.
awful.
So I'm down. I'm down for the Heavenly King.
Okay,
It's spooky.
it is.
I love it. What is
Yay.
it, July?
Yep. You know, it just creeps on in
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, Octoby.
I've been
Spooktoby.
hitting that dystopian stuff hard. Apologies.
Yeah.
It's working its way in.
Yeah, well.
These things happen.
Any time can be dystopian if you ask.
If you play your cards right.
If you look for it.
Yeah, okay. The Heavenly King.
It's creepy.
Yeah, agreed.
I like it.
Oh, good.
Who do you want to be in the Heavenly King?
Ooh, maybe like,
Oh, it's creepy.
maybe what do they call, like a footman?
A subject.
Footman?
Just somebody.
To the Heavenly King, the squishy gobbler.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I would help bring the box or like some wine to wash it down.
He doesn't let people take the box.
Okay, well, maybe he needs, you're right, he wouldn't, but perhaps a beverage is required.
Yeah. Because that's the whole thing is there's...
I don't know if that's what a footman
Season 1 is
does.
like the following both the protagonists and the secondary antagonist. Mm-hmm. And the protagonists are slowly gaining their power, like their knowledge back. And then the secondary antagonist is plotting the plan to steal the box, replace the box, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so those things are happening concurrently. And then the end of the season we talked about. Yes. And so no one takes the box, though. It's like a big to-do to actually get the
really
box replaced. Yeah. Or changed in some way.
No one would like take it
because
away.
You even said the person does not sleep. They don't require it to be immortal. They're just in constant agony and pain. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so I take back that. What is it? Like a lady in... I don't know what it's called, but I will fetch...
Lady in waiting.
I will fetch a beverage for the gobbler.
Yeah. That's cool. I'll be like a little chef guy.
Yeah.
And I give you the plate. I'm like, oh, you need a... shaken not stirred.
I wonder if it would be a thing where there's like a doctor that is trying to get like healthy things to get the gobbler to eat those.
Yeah.
Because
sneak them in. Yeah. Put them in some peanut butter.
Exactly. Just like, you know, your body.
The gobbler is a dog.
So much doggy sugar. And yeah, maybe it's like there's a personal chef that's trying to make these fantastic meals to get them like, you know, so they don't have scurvy or something.
I don't think I'd be that chef, but I'd at least be like sous chef.
When you said chef, it made me think like, oh, they probably have someone that makes this fabulous stuff that the gobbler doesn't really eat.
Or kitchen staff.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. I think that's also adding a layer of detail. There are empty and non-empty serving dishes like everywhere in the throne room and wherever this person hangs out. Mm-hmm. Primarily because it's like... brought a meal, looks at it, eating a confection, thinks about eating the other thing, takes a bite, maybe takes a whiff, throws it, sets it somewhere else. Yeah. Something like that.
Take this away from me.
Yeah. But it's like they're so rich or, you know, something like that where they, I don't know, you don't want to take something away from somebody who whatever. So they just kind of leave it there and they're like, it will go bad.
Oh, so there might be like rats and stuff.
Yeah, even. It's gross. It's horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Cool.
But this is good. We're there.
This is awful. Awesome.
The Heavenly King is a very cool anime. I like it. Very dystopian. Right up your alley. Very.
What can I say?
Very sweet and baking.
Again,
just
apparently this is me in an anime, and I don't know how I feel about that. But here we are. Mr. I feel kind of hungry, I guess.
Yeah. I could eat. That's more. Yeah, well, that's the anime. That's the episode. That's the podcast. Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
Wow. Took me a while to remember
how we do that.
What the fuck we were doing, but
this was a little bit jumbled, but I think we ended up with a pretty solid thing.
I think it's been a while since we've had two very, very different ideas that needed a sort of rehaul.
Yeah, and I hope that you feel like yours is properly represented.
I think so.
Okay.
I think a main part of yours involves the cookie jar aspect of mine, and I'm very happy with that.
Good. Okay.
So yeah.
Yay.
That's the episode. We have a Twitter. It's at Instant Anime Pod, where we tweet GIFs teasing upcoming episodes, cursed images. It was Taemin's birthday a couple weeks ago.
Aww.
Tweeted about that because Taemin's our good boy. Mm-hmm. But we also amplify voices of those who have been downtrodden and need help.
Yep.
And we also have a website.
We do. You can find it at instantannie.may. It's where we host, so everything is there, all of our episodes with their descriptions, including clickable links in case you would like to hear this song for yourself. Yeah, again, you do you, but it's there. And hopefully there's a music video for it.
Not this one.
Okay.
I think I already knew that.
You had to check because the title...
The title in Spotify was only in Japanese.
So a little research was required.
But transceiver is the title. I think it's in the katakana that's like the American, so you can sound it out in the Japanese symbols, and it like sounds sort of like transceiver.
Well, in any case, if you would like to listen to the song, it will be linked. And you can also check out our sidebar. It's full of fun things, including our suggestion form, which was mentioned briefly earlier. You can also find it at suggest.instantannie.me, but it is a Google form that you can fill out with your song suggestion, your name, and we do the rest. Ding! We turn it into an episode.
Like from Stark.
Yeah. Thank you again to Stark for this suggestion today. But otherwise, in our sidebar, you can find other podcatchers, our merch, and our Spotify playlist that has songs that we've used to make kick-ass episodes.
Yeah, this one by Itsu is in there too.
And it all slaps. Or else. Money back. I'm kidding.
It's a really good play. We say this every episode, but we mean it.
It's getting good.
It's also just getting large. So if you find a song that you're like, I don't really care, then skip it.
There's there's 150 more. Yeah, you're set.
I love it.
But we're proud to do this. It's fun, and I think that's pretty much what is on our website.
That's pretty much it. Hope you have a good day, a good week. We'll see you next week with another kick-ass anime.
Hell yeah.
And
guaranteed, or we'll eat our hats.
Or we'll stop making this podcast.
That's actually much more accurate. I don't want to eat anything.
Bye.